Hey, what's going on? Scooby UK here. So it's time for my top 3 moments of episode 3 of Game of Thrones. First of all, got 2 honourable mentions, which, they were good moments, didn't quite make my list. So the first one is Arya and the blind girl, who I believe is called the Waif, in the House of Black and White. When she says, "Who are you?" She says, "I'm no one." Hits her with the stick, and Arya says that very disgusting word. And another moment I really liked was when Sansa arrived at Winterfell and was getting introduced to Roose Bolton, and she's got that look on her face like, what's she going to do? Is she going to be, accepting, friendly, whatever? And, she's looking serious, and then, my lord, kind of thing. And it's like, yes, Sansa's playing the game. So without further ado, let's go into my number 3 moment of this week's episode, and was the little short exchange with Marjorie and Cersei Lannister. I thought it was really cool, because I don't really know why Cersei went there. Thomas just had the conversation about, sending her back to Castle Rock, so maybe it was, to do with that. But, she's saying to Marjorie, if you need anything, I'll be there for you, which, wasn't very sincere. And I just loved how Marjorie was sort of almost mocking her with her responses. And probably my favourite part of that scene was when Cersei storms out, and she's just got this look on her face like this is war. So I can't wait to see that happen, and what happens with that. It's going to be very exciting. So the second thing, my most moment of this episode was the ending with Tyrion and Ser Jorah Mormont in the brothel. So obviously Jorah Mormont exiled by Denarius at the end of last season. We don't know where he's been, and obviously now he's in Volantis in a brothel at the moment. And it just so happens this is like I guess it's the second crossover between characters now, with obviously the Boltons and Sansa are all sort of crossing over now and meeting. But Tyrion goes for a piss, and who is there to capture him? But Ser Jorah Mormont, and obviously he says, "I'm taking you to the Queen." Tyrion is immediately like, "Shit, he's going to take me to my sister." Of course, Tyrion doesn't know it's Jorah Mormont yet. They've never met. I'm sure he would have heard of him from the history of the Seven Kingdoms and whatnot. Obviously the Mormonts of Bear Island, were a well-known family. Probably Arsenal are a well-known family. And it'll be interesting to see what happens. How is Daenerys gonna, respond to it? If they get there, Ser Jorah Mormont having Tyrion with him. It's going to be interesting. He obviously thinks she's going to accept him with open arms right away. Everything will be hunky-dory. But we'll have to see if that is the case. So on to my number 1 moment of the episode. This was an excellent moment when I read it in the book, and I thought it was great on the TV show as well. And that is the moment with Janos Slynt getting his order from Jon Snow to go and command another tower. Of course, he refuses, because he won't take an order from a bastard, like he said. So Jon Snow has to show his authority and take the guy's head, which I just thought was brilliant. But I don't know why in the TV show, when he started begging for mercy, Jon had this look on his face of like, oh, here we go, Christ, I'm going to look like a bad guy now. But obviously, took the head off. Although I must say, I don't know why you could just, on the scene, when the head fell off, it didn't look that great to me. You could kind of just tell it was a model. But that's one of the things, but I thought it was great. The first show of Jon Snow's authority, and also the little look between him and Stannis afterwards was pretty cool as well. You kind of see that Stannis is, he does respect Jon, like, the Onion Knight says to Davos. He said he sees something new, and he definitely does. So it's going to be interesting to see how that progresses, and where we go at the wall, at things at the wall now. That, Jon Snow is fully in charge. So that's it for this week's episode of my top 3 things. I'm really excited for next week's one. If you don't want to know the name of next week's episode, click off now, but thank you for watching. Next week the episode is called The Sons of the Harpy. Really looking forward to doing the top 3 video for that one. So if you've enjoyed, subscribe, give me a like, and share with your friends, and thanks for watching. Bye bye.